Hey guys, so now we're ready to design, and first of all, before we design anything, we need to have measurements. If you don't have measurements of your space and you don't know how to get those measurements or how to measure your space, check out the video below, and then I'm just going in kind of details. But basically, overall is you have to measure each wall, your bulkheads, your electrical outlets, how much space if there's a door from the wall to the casing, and the height of the door and the height of the bulkhead. So this current space right now has a bulkhead, and it has a niche as well, and it has a door. So this is a mudroom, and usually in the mudroom you will have all of these items. So let's start with looking at my measurements, and let's start with the original with the floor plan. So our floor plan, and again, also very recommended to use shortcuts, so you can prepare those in your SketchUp file, but I can do all. What I'm using right now is an orbit, which is giving me the ability to turn this space around, and this is it's right located right here. Now if I want to draw a line, I just press an L and it gives me a little pencil. So basically this is I have 35 inches. So as you see, the line is appearing in green, so I'm drawing on this elevation, and it's 35 inches. Then I'm going 120 inches this way, click, and then I want to be in red, so you see the line appears in red. If I go up, you see it's blue, now it's green, and I want to go this way. So again, we're working in 3D space. So this is 120, sorry, this is 77. This is basically how much I have to the sides. Then I have a 60-inch door and another 17 inches to the wall, and then we have a room that's going this way, and it's I'd have to add this up, so it's 17 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14, so 59, so about 66 inches, and it's a 6-inch wall. So now I want to make myself a little outline here, and basically, as you see, sometimes it'll even let you, it'll stop parallel to the area you're working in. So now this is, we have a floor plan. It's cool. So we press P for pull, and this is basically this icon right here. So you go, and the height you have, my total height is 96, so I got that. So as you see, where we did the lines, the door is already preset for us, so it's easier to play with that. And yeah, we continue to work on this floor plan. Let me take a look. So this is the space that we have. So basically the area is right here. So what is, okay, so as you see, there's a bulkhead, there's a step in here as well. Let's look at the next image. Okay. Alright, so we have a door on the left, so this is 35 inches to the door, and I also have a little video, I guess, in here. So it's taking a while to load, that's fine. 79, so this is 79. Okay. No. So just to give you an idea of the space, basically this is what we're working with. We have the door, bulkhead, and then they want to come up with some design for this space, and they want to have storage for shoes, jackets, and everything else. So we have the space, we have the measurements. Now there's also a bulkhead above this. So what I love to do, and I really recommend for everybody, is to make everything in blocks. Then it's much easier to modify things. So this wall is basically just continuing this way. But what we do have, so if I triple click on this and right click and make a group, now this is its own separate block, so there's nothing that's gonna happen to this. I cannot modify it, it's not gonna stretch, it's basically frozen. And I'm gonna add a bulkhead, and it's 96 minus 79, so it's a 17-inch bulkhead that we saw in the picture right here. So 17 inches down and it's 12 inches in. So L again for line or pencil, it's 12 inches deep, it's 17 inches down. And then now I usually like shortcuts, so I press R for rectangle and I just select this, and this space is full, it's 79 inches. So this bulkhead, and again I triple click, make a group. So this is my fixed block, and now I have two blocks, this and that, and this cannot be moved. So this is where our wall ends. Basically we have the wall. This wall, the client is open to ideas, so he can extend the wall further that way, so he can cut off some of these 2x4s. He just wants a nice design and lots of storage. So let's go back. And basically, so first thing that we want to do is we want to make it look tall. And if you double click on this, let's say we have an 82-inch door. So you see it gives us a green point, and then E for erase, I can erase these points. So we got our door. You could actually go in SketchUp and find all kinds of models, and you can actually place a door, but for this is just a quick tutorial. We're gonna do a quick drawing of this. I'm doing a 24-inch pantry, so 24, and then it's gonna be 78 inches tall, and R for rectangle, and we're gonna, so first before the wall we need a little filler, so let's do a 3-inch filler. Clients also gave me an inspiration. I can show you. So this is an image that they found. This is an idea that we're using. So you see they have a white post with kind of like a veneer oak, quarter cut oak. So, and then they have a bench in the middle. So it's a pantry and a bench in the middle right here. So they like this idea. So basically we're gonna design something like that, and then we're gonna do another proposal and give them some other options. So it's actually, yeah, it's an interesting design, but that's our inspiration image. And so we triple click, make our group, then we go into a pantry. So I go R. So now that is its own separate thing. I go a 30-inch pantry, and we can add some, let's say we add 2 doors, and we make it a block, control C, control V. So I just copied that column. Now let's say we make an 16-inch bench, and then see how I can actually, for orbit, I can see if I go straight up where the bench is gonna end. So actually I wanted to do something here. Okay, and the bench is usually 18 to 22 inches tall, so it's the same as your chair pretty much. See, so something, see how there's so many lines, so something is not lining up in here. So one of the lines went sideways on me, so we'll go this way. 18, and we'll go 15. Pull, and we'll make this 30. Make a group. Now we're gonna copy this whole unit, Control C, Control V, and we basically have this kind of look. Now to close this bulkhead, we can also add cabinets on top. So we'll go 2-inch, 3-inch spacer. We want to line it up. So you see the blue line is giving me, again, it's giving me a horizontal, oops, Control Z to go back. A rectangle, P for pull, Control Z. Now I want to, again, these will probably, we want to extend them, so we're going to make a notch in the gable. See how when I'm modifying this, all of the other things are frozen, so P for pull, and then you select the top, and that's done. So when I click on the side, you see this is the only thing that's see here also. So that's my bulkhead. So orbit, now I want to go from here, from this line to this line. Now have a point, so I want to go here, P for pull. Oh, okay, make a group, P for pull, and see I'm referencing this to P for pull, so I could reference this to here or even to here. So it does the same height. Very easy to play with this software, as long as you get some practice, of course. You need to, it doesn't come just overnight, so if you practice, you become better and things become more interesting and fun. See how I have it as a block, so it's easy to modify. I can just erase some things, and now the block changes. It's, see, the same as this. I can delete this, guys, and it's going, and that's it. Double click here. So this is our look right now. Now the idea here was to not to see the bulkhead. So see how the line is showing me. Now I do a rectangle and I stop here, put to, let's say, 1 inch, and then I want to do an offset, so this thing here, and you just go 3 inches. So let's say I want to do a 3-inch rail, and then I want to color this in some sort of wood, but that's after. So this is the idea. We're basically hiding the whole P for pull. We're hiding the bulkhead with the mirror, and we're creating a bench, we're creating storage, and everything that customer controls that. So you see now I didn't want to have a mirror grouped with the other items, so I just go back. Now R for rectangle, square, P for pull, line this up. So now this is a separate item, this is a separate item, a separate block, and it's, if I want to change things around, it's easier to do it later. This is a separate block, and R for rectangle, pull, P for pull, line up with this. I also want to have a line here because I want to pull this items. And again, this is not how it's going to be manufactured, and obviously there's going to be some adjustment in production, but in general, to get an idea for yourself of the look, or to get a quote, or just to understand what you're doing. They also have this bulkhead that's coming out 12 inches. So what you're going to see from this space is only that much of the pantry. The rest is basically a wall that's going this way, and somehow this wall is narrowing down like that, or even like that. So E for erase and P for pull. Now I'm just gonna get this section out and see, I can either make a block or I can unblock this, but basically that's make a group. So that's what they're seeing. So everything is nice and clean. They have their door. I can offset this. Let's say you have a 4-inch casing, right? And then just L, clean this up here. E for erase, delete that, so you have a more, and because you're editing this space, you can actually come out whatever your casing is. The depth is 0.75, so you can see that. Now what they want to do on this wall is they want to create this kind of interesting niches, like little skinny niches with the LED lights. So they weren't sure how that's going to look. And basically, so again, I have to edit this wall. So I triple click line, and it's about 42 inches tall. It's giving me a green light, 17 inches. Then it's about 42 inches tall. And it's about a foot. 42, and I go pull, and I just click the end, so you have a niche. E for erase, then you have about 6 inches space, and another 42, another 12. Now R for rectangle, P for pull, and you just click at the end. So we have a second window, and now L, 6 inches, 42, 12, enter, and then R and P for pull, and E for erase. So we clean this up. P for pull, I want to add a little bit to this wall. So this is their niches. So that's the idea. That's the idea of a wall unit. They basically have a mudroom. We can select the lady and move the lady and see how she's in perspective to this. So they have a full mirror, and so one of the options is this. Now if we look at the inspiration image, they also have a frame on the bench, so we can add that detail as well. So triple click L, it's a 3-inch kind of top. Okay, so we have that. So basically this is another unit we have done before. This is how the idea, a little bit more traditional. So we're not trying to repeat this design, but that's an idea of a bench if you do have a bench. So here you have a bench. If this has also wood finishing, they're very basic, but they again give you, oops, it's actually the opposite. So this, it's not letting me stay. Oh, yes. See, when it's a block, it's highlighting the whole thing. So if you wanna, you can double click this and select, and then just select the areas, but it's the opposite, sorry. So here we have, this is the idea, white frame, chocolate units, and then their niches and things like that. So let's give them some measurements. Measurements you do here. So this unit is 3 feet. Now this this mirror is 2 feet 6 inches and this is 3 feet. So shift is gonna give you a hand where you can move. So orbit is gonna give you this. You can go in 360, but let's say you're somewhere here and you just want to shift. So you press shift and click, and you're working in the space already 360. So that's a good angle that I want to take a picture of. So something like that. And now basically file, we go to export 2D graphics, and here it's gonna load us. So design 1-1, save. So if they want to look at the other angle, so here they have the measurements. I can also add some depth measurements. Oops. So this is 2 feet, so they see, and then the mirror is not letting me measure, so I just made a line. Hopefully now I can go to the line. Yeah, so that's 12-13 inches deep for the mirror. Hopefully you can clear the bulkhead. We'll check all the measurements. So you have a seat, you have some upper storage. Usually this has a kick, so double click P, and then we go 4 inches, or we'll do 1 3-inch kick, P 3, and then R, make a group, Control V, so I can just copy. So there you go. So this is one of the options. So we have one idea we can present to them, and then if you wanna design it yourself, you have an idea. If you have any questions, just comment below, ask me, and I'll be happy to answer them. But this will give you a lot of storage for your mudroom. You can have on one side, for example, on the left side you can have a double hang, so shorter jackets, and on the right side you can have a short hang, a long hang for your long jackets. In the bottom you can have shoe storage in here. You can also divide this into a short hang and then lots of shoe storage, and this could be a long hang. There's a lot of space right now. And one more thing I have to adjust is this cabinet, pull. See, because I added a layer, a paint on it, now it's creating a, so pull. Right, it's its own. Okay, so I can just step this back a little bit, and now hopefully, no, I cannot, it won't let me shift this up. So another way, oh, it'll let me shift this down, so I can erase this and just go again, P for pull to this point, and then 3 inches up. I can erase this line and exit. I can make this into its own block now. So again, double click and bucket. So I wanted to do like that, and now do a separate kick plate. for pull, and here we go, and make this a group as well. So now it all makes sense. There you go. So I'm going to delete this lady now, and I'm going to export to the graphics, design 1-2. Save. Okay, now for example, if I want to create a different design, so I just go Control C, copy, Control V, and now I want to move this bench. I want to put it so you select this. See, it's for some reason selecting. Okay, so I move that. I'm gonna also move this aside, and I'm gonna delete one of the posts, and let's say this unit orbit, and I hold control when I want to select all of them, and I just move them here. Okay, so the two units are here. Okay. So you have to think which side you're gonna grab this from. Double click P for pull. So this is a little bit of a different, different layout. 5, 5, okay. Move, so this one I want to just mount it right on top of here. Well, because, yeah, that's right, because we got rid of the post, so now it's 3 inches more. our mirror is off center a little bit, so we go back 3 inches, just like that. So this is our second option. We can delete these measurements. Export to the graphics design. This is going to be design 2-1. Two. This is there's 3. Okay, so there you go. So there's 2 options for your mudroom design, and again, you can play with this as long as you want, but it's very important to understand what you need to put in the mudroom, how you're working with the mudroom, how many kids do you have, how many backpacks do you have, how many lunch boxes, how much stuff is coming back to the house and being placed right here in your landing here or in your tiles, and this is not gonna, this is not gonna work look nice when you just have a big mass, shoes all over the place, and jackets. So mudroom is very, very important, and you have to think it through. But when you have a layout right now, you have an idea of the shelving, of the spacing, so you can plan things out and say, okay, the boots are going here, the shoes are going here, the kids are going there, and here we go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, point down below why not. And I mean, I will try to improve my videos and give you better recommendations. And again, thank you very much. If you didn't subscribe, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate all of the subscribers that I have, and I hope I give you value with my designs. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day, and keep enjoying yourself, and keep designing, keep improving your space, and keep living your life to the fullest. So a few other things that I forgot that are important is the tile area. So for example, if we want to end the unit in here, so as you see, it's giving me a green light. So let's say I want to, okay, now it's either we're gonna go past this, so a line here, so I'm gonna tile this area. I would suggest to tile. So I like things lining up. The customer was thinking to just keep it all in this kind of area, but I think it's a little too small for the space and the amount of people that they have. So pull, I can just do an inch down, and basically this is now, again, double, triple click, make a group, and material stone. So let's say some sort of tile they're gonna do in here. So export 2D graphics. This is gonna be design 2-3. Okay, so we're going with the tile. This is how that's gonna look as well. And yeah, not the best look because they just want the tile in that area. Export to the graphics, design 2-4. Oh, this is design 1. And basically, if they want to keep everything on the tile, it's only 60 inches. And we have to control copy this, control V. So this is very, I can hide this. So see how when you have blocks, how easy it is to modify and create a different option. And now we go edit, unhide all, P for pull, P. So now we have that. The whole middle section we just move. And then we copy this section into here. Get rid of this whole thing. And basically they don't have to extend the wall anymore, or they just leave it the way it was. There you go. So this is option number 3. So I'm going to erase 1'9". Basically this is 1 foot. Yeah. Okay, so the overall size right now is 5'9". It's lining up with the tiles. So if they like this option, that's another. They do have very little storage, a big mirror, and it's not as nice as the other option, but it does line up with the tiles. So very personal preference. Design 3-1. And file, export, design 3-2. Okay, and then one more, since they do need the storage, is actually going get rid of the bench. Well, kind of like I did before. Actually, no. It's this. This design here. The only thing is we don't have a bench. What we have is just a big mirror. offset 3, erase, and done. So see, we just have a big mirror, 2 pantries and a big mirror, and that's it. And this mirror could actually open up, and behind could be storage for shoes. I know we all have, or I mean the ladies have a lot of shoes. I don't have a lot of shoes. I'm not a big fan of shoes, but the ladies have the shoes they needed. Now if you want to add some notes and some things like that, here you have. So here I'm going to specify for the client, tell me, or we could add shoe storage behind. Export to the graphics. This is design 4-2. Okay, and it's done. So there you go. All the options that come in the SketchUp design, or as they come while you're designing. That's why it's very important to use blocks. Sorry, I get stuck. I'm thinking already of a different idea and I got stuck. So you have to use blocks. If you use blocks, you're going to be successful in SketchUp. Use blocks. Use blocks.